like I'll give you an explanation of why I'm asking this question. How many of you have used Google? So don't you get information there? Why do you need to go to school then? Whatever question. Okay. So what kind of practical knowledge?
How to behave ourselves when they are going out, or they are meeting somebody higher range.
Yeah, very close to what. Anything else? Why not sit at home and study in Google? Why do you go into school? Is my question. So correct. So communication is one of it. One of it.
In Google, there will be no live interaction like this.
One of it. You can talk to Siri. You can talk to Google Assistant.
But there will not be organized structure of learning.
You can organize a structure, and there are courses online you can take.
At home, we are not challenged.
Right.
After we are challenged.
Correct. So right now, if you learn at home, right, and then you finish your MBA, and then you go to a company where you're working, or you start a company. Either one you'll do, right? Now, when you start a company, are you going to work alone? You'll have multiple people to deal with. And if you're working in a company, you're not working alone. You have multiple people to deal with. And all of you have friends. Are all your friends the same? Do everyone behave the same way? When you have a group of people, you're very careful. If I say this, that fellow will get offended. If I say this, this fellow will get offended. Now what to talk? All that you think when you're with friends. Now again, when you start a business, if you have all the knowledge, how will you know where to use what? If you don't have an interaction with your surrounding. What school teaches and what college teaches is not, I would say only 30-40% is the bookish knowledge, which is absolutely necessary, by the way. But the rest of the 70%, what you learn is what makes you the person you are. Again, it's not about the knowledge you have, it's about how you use the knowledge. And to use the knowledge, you need to understand your surroundings. You might have a coat which is very thick, you might have a cotton shirt. But if you don't understand what's the climate outside, and you wear the wrong thing while going outside, you will suffer. If it's 40 degrees heat and you wear a coat, you'll automatically, you'll feel like, why am I doing this? And if it's very cold, like -2 degrees, and you wear a cotton shirt, you'll feel cold. Right? So it's not important to have both those things. It's important to understand what's the climate outside. You get it? So when you interact with people who are thinking about the same thing, who are thinking about business, when you interact with teachers, and when you do your projects, you will understand that I have this knowledge. Which part of the knowledge do I use here to make sure that the best result is coming out of it? I'll give you a cricket example again to make it more clear. So when someone is trying to learn cricket, first thing, what does the coach tell them? They teach them the rules, right? That's a very basic thing they teach them. You teach them rules. This is how you need to play. This is how you need to hold the bat. This is how you need to do this. Teaching someone the rules is like you studying at home. You will know the rules of business, or you will know the rules of the subject, or that is like you studying at home, getting your preparation mentally that, okay, fine, that's only 10% of the job. You can't sit at home. Virat Kohli is never born, no, because he just studied in a book how to play, right? He didn't study over there how to play the cover drive, right? He played it. So the second thing is in school, what do you do? School is like net practice. You are thrown a simulated ball at you, which might come in the match, and you see how you react. And it's okay to fail in school. It's okay to fail in the sense not fail in your subject, but it's okay to make mistakes because you learn from it. The teacher will correct you. Your friends will correct you. So you have a platform where if you make a mistake, you're not going to lose millions. If I make a mistake right now, I'll lose more money. If I made a mistake in college, I can learn from it, right? So college is like net practice for you, where you have a platform which the college is going to simulate these things for you, where this is how a business is going to be, this is how it's going to be, and you're going to do it. Then comes your real match. And college will have some practice matches also. They'll send you for internships. They'll ask you to do this. So these are the practice matches where, again, they try to simulate as much as possible. But then, again, as they say, a good net player does not mean you're guaranteed success in the real world. Right? There are a lot of people who can play well in the nets, but when it comes to the game, again, your temperament matters. How you react, the pressure is more. How can you handle the pressure when you go to the real world? So when you transist from here to the real world is when you play the real match. When you're probably selected for India and you're playing now. And how do you perform? How do you take all that learnings you have and then put it in the real world? And how do you perform there in the same way you wanted to perform? Till you finish college, only 50% of the learning is done. But that 50% is important for you to go to 50 to 80 or 85. No one has 100% knowledge. No one in the world will ever have. Because the moment you have the knowledge, the world will change. So you can never have 100% knowledge. Don't expect anyone to know everything all the time. And if you say, I know everything, you're lying. Or it's ignorance. Right? No one in the world will have it. You reach 80, 85, then you're top of the world. That's a great thing you can achieve, actually. So when you go to the real world is when you will see a lot of more other dimensions. You might go and start a business. And in the business, you will start facing some problems which you never even thought of. School will teach you this much. What if suddenly the laws of the country change and they ask you to wind up your business? School doesn't teach you that, right? It doesn't teach you that. Or if your face is not liked by the politician there and he wants to create trouble with you. How will you handle that? It's not, you can't learn that in business school. So there are a lot of things you'll learn once you pass from here, but it's very important to learn what you learn here, because you can decide whether you start at 50 after you finish or you want to start at 20. You can cover it up later, but why? When you can do it here, why didn't you do that 20 to 50 here rather than wait till that long? Because this is the most convenient environment for you to do it. When you go out there, there are 100 other things where what you need to think of. And there are a lot more challenges you need to face. When things are, I know there is pressure in college, there's pressure in business school, but compared to outside world, it's nothing. Because I've been here, I've been there. And he knows it. Because he's also been both sides. So like, for you, you have to enjoy this period. Enjoy this period and not feel any pressure in what is coming to you. Actually think it's very easy. If I can't do this, how can I do that? If I can't do net practice, how can I go play the real game? If you feel pressure in net practice, you will never win there. You have to think this is a cakewalk for me and come out at flying colors here. Because it's only 50% of it. If you don't reach 50% of it, how will you reach the 80%? Right? You get what I'm saying? So now again, this 50% is the foundation. It's not the building. Any building, how many floors is the building?
5.
4 floors. Who said 5? So ground plus 4 or ground plus?
Ground plus 4.
So he's right. Yeah, he's right. So if it's got 5 floors, then based on how many floors there was, the foundation is built, right? That's how a building is built. So when the foundation is built, no one knows what is built. But without the foundation, you can't build the 5 floors. Your schooling and your college is your foundation. And the stronger you are there, the more you can fly anywhere else. But if you don't have that, you'll fly, but you'll fall. And if you fall, you're hurt, and you can't get up and fly again. So this foundation will enable you to take that. See, when I say about taking risks, again, you need to take a risk from a stable base. If you have a stable base to take risks, you fall back onto the base and you can try again. That's very important. That's one of the most important things about taking risks. And that stable base can be anything. Maybe see, all of us are not born the same way. Like I said, my name was not chosen. My country of birth was not chosen. My parents were not chosen by me. My financial background was not chosen by me. So all of us have a different base already created for us. And it's not chosen by us. But what we do with it is our choice. You can say, why am I not born Ambani's son? But what a boring life. What will you, tell me what will you think about doing in life? What kind of aim you'll have with life? Whatever is there will come on a silver spoon for him. What will you do? Like, I don't know. For me, I would hate, I'm so lucky that I was not born there. That's what I feel. Because what will you do? Okay, with a lot of money. What will you do with money? You'll buy one thing, you'll buy two things, you'll buy three things. After that, one you get bored. You'll buy 10 cars. You can drive only one car at a time. Okay, you have 20 rooms in your house. You can stay at one room at a time. And even when you have like such a big bedroom, when you close your eyes, you don't even know where you're sleeping. So all that will be short-lived. Okay, you can think, okay, maybe one day if I'm rich, that 5 days, 10 days, you'll enjoy it. But after that, what will you do with it? The most best happiness and high you can get in life is in the journey, not in the destination or not in reaching. That moment you reach, you'll feel that pleasure that you reach there. But after you finish it, after a few days, you won't even remember that. You'll only remember the journey of how you got there. The same way for anything, any kind of like for example, you can look back at yourselves, and if you write down 3 things in your life where you've been the most happiest, the 3 most happiest moments. I'm saying 90% of times it won't be related to something materialistic. It will be something non-materialistic. So that is very important to understand. The moment you understand that, your ability to take risks in business will also grow, because money will not be the factor which you're chasing. Money will be an eventuality which will come because you're chasing something else. If you chase money, you will not be able to take the right decisions because it will confuse you. What is money after all? Money is a piece of paper which is invented for barter, right? And the value is not controlled by you or me. Value is controlled by something else. So my point is, never put your trust on something which you don't control. Imagine one of you get $1 billion, okay? And have you guys seen war movies? Yeah, everyone would have seen Bahubali. So these war cities, right, they used to have forts. And when there is a war sometimes, there are 2 ways the cities will plan. Either when someone comes to attack a city, they'll either go out, send their army and attack them, or they'll wait in the fort. They'll wait in the walls, and they'll try to put some arrows from down. But then the army which is surrounding the fort, what they'll try to do is, they'll try to make sure no supplies go inside, or no one comes outside. And sometimes they go on for 6 months, 1 year, because all the farms are outside, the food is mainly farm food, all the farm, they want to starve them. That's what, because they can't reach the walls. At that time we didn't have planes, we didn't have guns and all those, it's just arrows and knives. So now what happens after 6 months? Over there, all the rich people have money, right? But what's the most important thing there right now? Food. So if you look into history, there have been times when 5 diamonds are given for a slice of bread. So the value of money has gone down. The value of a diamond has gone down. What is a diamond? It's a shining object. Tube light shines more, right? Why is it not valuable? So money is also like that. It's like the value of it is created because of external circumstances. So instead of investing our energy into how to make money, if you invest into yourself, it is more permanent. Because you can make money whenever you want. If you invest in yourself, put all the effort in trying to make yourself better to handle any situation. If there's an earthquake and you need to survive, you need to have the ability to survive. If there's a huge problem and you need to survive, you need to have the ability to survive. If there's a business issue and you have a lot of pressure, you need to have the mind to survive. So my, I won't say advice, but I'd say suggestion would be to always invest in yourself, because you are the person who can control yourself the most. And we already have something which is the most precious thing to us, that is us. Right? The stronger we become as an individual, the stronger we are in understanding what things around us are and how we can react to them, the better we are. And Drunken Monkey for me is a two-sided thing for me. Two-sided things. One is, yes, I want to build a successful business. And secondly, I also want to promote something which can be helpful for me as well as people, because we talk about, I like to be healthy. Again, why? Because this is the only body I have. What is the point of me buying like costly clothes or buying a good car if I don't even take care of myself, which is the most important thing for me? And what's the advantage of being healthy? You get more out of life. I get to travel more, I get to do I think I play sport almost every day. Today is one day I am not playing sport because I'm here. Generally, wherever I am, I do play some kind of sport. I play basketball, soccer and cricket. So because for me, it's not just about my work. This is important. Even if I have a meeting at that point of time, if it comes in that, then that 1 hour is not something which I'm willing to trade, because it's an investment into myself. I feel I work better the rest of the time if I have that 1 hour's period of time. So I want you guys to think about it and see how you can improve yourself and invest in yourself. And there are a lot of ways you can do it. You can do it through what you learn here. You can do it through how you interact with your friends. You can also do it by interacting with your girlfriend or boyfriend also, but do it properly kind of thing, right? There's nothing wrong in what everyone is doing, as long as it's done correctly and in the right way, in a fruitful way. Because at the end of the day, the simple thing is you need to understand that tomorrow you have to be a better person than today. And that's the only way you can be successful in life. And like I said, it's not about money. Money is also something which you want to get to happiness. It's all about how happy you can be. Everyone wants money also to be happy. So saying that, I agree we all need some amount of money, right, for a daily livelihood. We need a decent amount of money, which for your food, shelter and clothing is what we need the main money for. And if we have any kind of responsibilities we need to take care, we need money. So we need to make sure we get that kind of money for sure. That I agree completely. But excess money is not going to help you in anything. Excess money will help you in a business, but the business should generate the money. For me, Drunken Monkey, I need a lot of money. I need a lot of money every day. So I will work for it, but it's not for myself. It's